Greetings, citizens. You are listening to the Boomer and Zoomer podcast. Go follow us on all the socials and give us a like and enjoy later, citizens.
Speaking of hip hop, you hear anything about DaBaby?
So I'm so busy. I heard he's said some things, and I heard he got canceled. I don't know to what level all this happened.
He got canceled.
Oh, really? Could you inform me? Because he was
right.
supposed to be the top. Wasn't he the top person in the game?
Yes. So this is a fall from grace story.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
really?
It's bad. Okay, so which I also wanted to make a topic too, where talk about Lollapalooza and how shitty these people are realizing this new music is because the concert sucked ass.
Really? So I know somebody that went up to Lollapalooza, and I asked her, I was like, "Yo, I hear Lollapalooza is really corporate now," and it kind of was like, "No, I had a great time." I was like, "Oh, okay." Well,
was it Lollapalooza or Rolling Loud?
Lollapalooza was in Chicago. So
and I think it was in Rolling Loud, one of those two places. But either way, both of the video recordings, the music, everybody just knows the snippet that was on TikTok, and that's about it. Nobody knows the rest of the song. Nobody knows the rest of your catalog.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
unless you're a big hit like DaBaby or Travis Scott or something like that, then people vibe with you. But if you're not like that, or one of these small rappers that people hype up from TikTok, nobody knew their music. Nobody was just like, whoa. They were all just like, I think my part's coming. The part that I like. Oh, okay, yeah, this part. All right.
Da 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 da, and that's it. Damn.
Yeah. It's like, man, fuck. It's like me in bed, just 5 seconds, and that's about it. That's the most.
That's about it. Yeah. You got 3 strokes. That's it.
You got 3 seconds of action. That's about it.
Damn. So, but yo, what happened with DaBaby?
So he was either trying to ad lib, or he was trying to be funny, or he was trying to, I don't know what. All right, so he's on stage. He tells people, "Hey, put your phone in the air or make some noise if you weren't in the parking lot trying to suck your man's dick, your best friend, your guy friend's dick."
Day.
So then he goes, "All right. So also raise your phone in the air if you don't have HIV or AIDS and you're not gonna die in 2 to 3 weeks."
Whoa. Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So now he's associating gays with HIV, and I think off of that they were starting attacking him. Off of that, they were like, "Oh, you're wilding. Why are you saying these kind of things?" It was kind of attacked towards the gay community, saying you guys have HIV, you guys have AIDS.
Dang.
It was an attack like that.
Yeah, that's messed up.
So from there, he goes, "Fuck that! I ain't apologizing for shit I said on Twitter." Right? He says that. Day later, takes down the tweet, comes back. "I apologize for things I've said." Blah blah blah. PR, trying to rebrand himself. And while all that happened, people are just starting to take his name back. Nope, DaBaby, no. I don't mess with that guy. LGBT was on him, yo, that's fucked up. You shouldn't be saying that about our community and this and that. Gays aren't the only ones with HIV and AIDS, And so he has a song called "Levitating" with Dua Lipa or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she took him off that song. Yeah. And I also did my homework on this because I was I heard this happen. So I'm did he get canceled or not? I played the radio station all week long just so I could hear a song of his. Nothing. None of the rap radio stations were playing him.
Damn. Yeah. I get it, but do you know how many rap songs they say anti-gay shit in? A ton. So do all of them get canceled?
No,
because they have it in lyrics or whatever. I mean, even fairly recent shit, they'll say some stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm I I just thought because they're rappers, they were immune to that kind of a thing.
No. Now,
But
now when I'm guessing the rule is you can say it in a song, but you can't say it as an ad lib in a concert to get people hyped.
I get it. I get it. I get it. But
So
I just don't understand. So okay, so you could say the N word all day long. You could
yeah,
talk about like all this crazy stuff. You can even diss, that community in a song,
yeah.
and you're good. But you say that shit in person at a concert, you're like, I don't know, like where's the goal? But now if it's gonna be that way, be consistent. I think all these motherfuckers need to get canceled.
Canceled.
No,
so
I'm just playing. I
so
was playing, but still, no, like, no, seriously, like, if like,
so
where's the standard?
so I have what he said.
Okay, what do you say?
If you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, or any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks, put your cell phone lighter up. Ladies, if your pussy smells like water, put your cell phone lighter up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone lighters up.
Okay, that I don't know. Maybe that last statement is what kind of like what
So,
kind of did
so well, people are taking it as like the correlate. He's correlating sucking dick and HIV together, pretty much, in a
okay.
negative connotation. And so when people were like,
Wow.
"Yo, you shouldn't be saying that shit," he kind of doubled down. Was like, "Fuck that! I meant what I said." Like if you ain't here with HIV and this and that, and
Um. So yeah. So I guess some other rappers have caught some flack for that because recently I guess on Eminem, I don't know if whatever some stuff on TikTok or whatever. I mean, back in the day, he used to say a lot of
yeah, he
like a lot of stuff about the LGBT community,
yeah,
and so
he kind of based a career off of it, kind of.
yeah, yeah. But a lot of people aren't feeling him now because of that. A lot of people, like newer generation, they don't appreciate him like
Yeah,
how older generations are. So, and I know like on TikTok, like that was a big thing. Like he caught a lot of like a huge amount of backlash from that. So much so, I think his last album like was a flop. Like nobody really listened to it.
that was because of the music. That wasn't because of
Oh,
memory.
really? Oh, is it trash? Okay, okay.
That was trash.
I didn't know.
Yeah, that shit was trash.
Okay.
So another part of the baby getting canceled was festivals. He's not in festivals anymore. They took him off all the lineups. So
Yeah.
they took him out there like, nah, we're not putting you. So like I think Coachella or whatever another festival had a lineup and he was on it. Nah, they took him out. They're like, nah,
They
you
took
ain't
him
here.
out. Yeah. Yeah, you can't mess with that nowadays, man. They will like you will be erased.
But see, okay, so this is what I do like though, that LGBTQ was like, hey, we don't like the shit you say, but at least talk to us so we could tell you about our culture and how we are pretty much, and we'll accept you.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he said he wasn't doing that shit.
He wasn't. Oh, damn. Damn. Yo, man. They're just people like everybody else, like.
Give it a while, I guess, right? He'll come back with a hit, then people will forget about it.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like
Not in this
when
day.
you get, yeah, not in it. No, when you nowadays, I think when you fall off like that, like I think you fall off. Like unless, I, I mean, it's different. I mean, you look at Chris Brown. Like after he did what he did to Rihanna, like he was able to come back. He's able to navigate that back.
Yeah.
But I mean, he was still like the media and even like in LA area, like the law enforcement, they still see him like a shit stain.
Yeah.
Like so, like I mean, he had to put out some sure fire
Yeah.
for people to take him seriously. But I don't know, man. I think with how fast things go now, like DaBaby like might have missed his fucking missed it because the next hot one could be coming up
Yeah.
and
Take
you
over.
know yeah, hip hop is way different, and that was like one of the topics that I had today, like how hip hop is way different. Like I know, like back when I was younger, I would have never thought I would have seen like some of the videos that I see like Lil Nas X have or whatever.
Yeah.
Yo, yo, yo. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like it's just shocking to me. I mean, I guess
So
art is art, but like that shit was shocking. I was like, whoa.
so still on topic, but do Do your kids know who Questlove is?
Who Questlove? Probably not.
Probably
Probably
not.
not.
Okay.
But the thing is that they're. I mean, I guess they're into. I guess they're into hip hop, but not as deep as I was back in the
Well,
day. They're into like other stuff too. But
yeah.
I mean, they know some. They know some people. But if I was to say,
The
if I
Roots.
was to say the Roots,
Yeah.
Questlove, like
Yeah.
maybe, but not because of not because of what we know him for.
Yeah.
Like so.
So Questlove was on, I think either he was on a live or on Twitter, was making his fantasy festival, right? And
Okay.
he had the baby's name on it.
Hmm.
And after this happened, he went to Twitter and like he erased his name, and he's like, I wouldn't have this guy anywhere near a festival.
Yo,
So
that's crazy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but like Questlove, I mean, like he's had like mainstream success. You know what I'm saying? Like so maybe my kids, would know who he is. But anyway, like you generally in the black community, like they're pretty forgiving. Like you might fuck up,
yeah, but we'll
they'll let you know you fucked up or whatever,
yeah,
but you'll get another chance.
yeah.
But like when it comes to like mainstream like media or whatever, no man, you fuck up, you are
When
done.
it comes to the OGs like that are like willing to like, nah, we're not gonna, we'll drop this kid, drop this kid.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that happened. So everybody made a huge commotion, and so the baby comes onto Twitter and is like, "Yo, I had to look up who the hell you are prior to even commenting this."
Damn,
Yeah.
damn,
Mm.
damn. Yeah, that's another thing too. Like some people like some people nowadays, like some of these youngsters, like when they don't pay homage to like
OGs.
to yeah, that fucking like kills me. Like I might even have been feeling somebody's music, but they say some shit like that, I'm like
Yeah.
next. Like yeah.
But he's young though. It's like the same reason you'd give your kids a pass of like, knowing hip. Like, okay, so here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. Not everybody's a savant of hip hop. Not everybody's gonna
Yeah.
go back and listen to hip hop, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, why kill him for not knowing who Questlove is?
Well, I mean, but he's in that world. Like now, should he know like everybody know? But I mean, be a be be a little dynamic, have a little bit of depth to who you are, because that actually, I mean, not necessarily knowing a person, but having depth to know like the history, having depth to have insight and foresight to see how music trends are going, like keeps you around, keeps you relevant.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you don't, then you might just be you know one hit wonder, one trick pony.
Yeah. The, it, but
I'm not saying kiss his ass, but I mean, him be
yeah,
like, "Oh, I had to look you up to see who you are." Well, I'm quite sure he might. I mean, his career was a whole lot longer than what yours probably will be. You know?
well, yeah, his name will ring through time. It'll be
Yeah,
Questlove, the Roots,
yeah,
where the baby's just gonna be like, yeah, the baby, he was like like a little Nas or something like that, it was something around there.
yeah,
The Roots
yeah,
will always be engraved as like the greats, the
yeah,
legends.
yeah. But I mean, but you talk about it, little nonsense. Like I don't know, man. Like mainstream has accepted him so much so, like he makes like his music video. I haven't seen like super in depth music videos that have like a lot of production value. This dude's putting a lot of production value in it. Now the stuff that I see, I'm like, oh man, like, but he's you know
Yeah,
he's at a spot that he can do that or whatever. I mean,
To-
I
Tory
don't know.
Lanez is also good at that too. Tory Lanez is good at his video production as well, and he
Yeah,
he directs a lot of them too. So it's a lot of his mindset, which is
yeah.
cool. Speaking of Nas, I don't know if you've heard the new Nas album.
No, I haven't. Have you? I
Yeah,
heard that. I heard those dropping, but I have not.
yeah,
Um,
I've been listening to it as I work, and it's Nas. He's gonna bar you to death.
yo, man, that's him. Yo, man, sick. Like when I listen to Nas, I want to I want to hear something monumental.
And that's what he did. he spoke a lot of the Pac stuff. He spoke of a lot of like like
Wow.
it's a very in depth album where there's no hooks. There's no like. There's not gonna be a. You're not gonna hear this on the
It's
radio.
yeah. Is it a classic? Would it be like a classic
I think it's a classic for its time,
for its time? Oh, okay.
where nobody else is putting music out like where it's lyrical and just good. You know, uh, yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's real good. It's a real good album. But it's also nah. So you really have to go back and re-listen to make sure you're catching all the bars.
Yeah. Now I'm trying to think like, do I really remember a whole lot of music with like like hooks on it from Nah? I don't think I remember a whole lot with hooks on it.
Uh, the world is yours.
Yeah.
That's about it. I mean,
Yeah.
besides that, I mean, yeah, he's not known for it, right? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
He's a lyricist. He's an
Yeah.
MC. He's gonna bar you to death, and
Yeah.
there's no like
I'm
hooks.
I'm interested to see what he says about like all the Pac stuff because I know back then like he really didn't talk a lot. I know Pac was just like talking like a whole lot
Yeah,
back in the day, and he didn't really, at least from my knowledge, he didn't really like go. Maybe he did, but like from my knowledge, he didn't really go. At least not really publicly like on an album.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And the album he talks about it, where I think he mentions like going to Vegas, and well, I think he was going to Vegas to shoot a video. I don't remember what video for what song he has, but to go talk to Pac, and before he got there, Pac died. So
oh, okay,
yeah, but he
yeah,
he talks about that. Then the
yeah,
Lauren Hill bars, bars.
damn, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good album.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out, man. I have so much stuff to catch up on. Like this year has been. I mean, at least it's been going by fast, but this year has been crazy. I think this is the least amount of sleep that I've ever had, and I mean, I've done a lot of stuff, been all over the world,
Yeah,
and and this is probably like the least amount of sleep that I've ever had, like ever.
yeah, but you're coming out with something good at the end of it, though.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
worth
you're
it.
coming out, yeah, it's
It's
worth
worth
the
it.
it was worth the lack of sleep.
Yeah, it's
Now,
worth it.
if you're saying like you're up all night and playing a loser game like Fortnite, then I'm like, all right, come on, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, yeah. No, that would be like, hey man, what are you doing with your life? Yeah,
Yeah, what are you doing
no
with your
man,
time, man? Come on.
no. I got goals. I want to be a pillar of my community.
Community.
My community.
Where'd that T go?
I know, right?
Nowhere to be found.
Yeah, like people like ask me outside because sometimes when I talk, like they're like, wait, what did you say? Did you just say? Did you say with instead of like yeah? Like man, I don't like I don't mess with you. Like wait, did with or did you say with? I'm like,
I didn't even say the word. I don't mess with you.
yeah, yeah, it's hilarious.
I speed run
But
that shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Uh,
man, that's
um,
crazy.
switching subjects. I wanted to talk about do you know who Kevin Samuels is?
Yes, Kevin Samuels. Yes, big
Yes.
time. Yep. Hmm.
You sound like a fan.
Do I? Do I? I
you,
just know who he is.
you're
I've
set up
watched a lot of
exactly
his.
like his.
I've watched a lot of his content,
Your setup
but
is just like his.
is it like no? I think the lighting would be a little bit
You got to dim out the light.
dimmer. Yeah, to dim out the light. Yeah, but no, yeah, I know who Kevin Samuels is. Yeah,
You look like Kevin Samuels fan.
no, I look better than Kevin Samuels.
Ooh. Um,
Yeah.
do you wanna introduce who the gentleman is?
No, you could go for it. You can go for it.
So Kevin Samuels, this guy that I think best to say he's getting success right now, right? He's booming right now. He was been around for a while
Yeah.
on the internet, but this is where he's kind of booming the most, where he's getting the
Hmm.
most attention because people are actually like, they have nothing else to do, so they're living on the internet like the rest of us losers. you know, because back
Yeah.
then, think about it, not a lot of people were on the internet. Not a lot of people cared about podcasts a while back.
Hmm.
So this is where he was at a while back on podcast talking about the stuff that he's talking about. So right now, Kevin Samuels, I don't want to say he's misogynistic, but he's putting a lot of people in their place in a certain way, right?
Yeah.
Mostly females.
Yeah.
He goes after men as well.
Yeah.
He goes after men as well, not just females, but he goes out. His most content that people grabs eyes is when he bashes the females for their unrealistic views on life, pretty much.
Hmm.
And his biggest thing, well, one of the things that when people quote him is like he called the girl unrealistic because she want to be taken care of and have a millionaire husband that takes care of her, and she looks like a linebacker.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would say, but okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so he's been known to be going on podcasts and just debating women on how their views on life is uh, not practical at all, and just
yeah,
how not every man is just going to provide for you, and not every man is
yeah,
going to have everything already set and
yeah,
ready to provide.
yeah. So with Kevin Samuels and like there's a number of people that are like him, like, and the reason why it's very popular online is because uh, uh, there's a lot. There's always been a lot in the way of women empowerment, women this, women that, and so not a lot of people have been able to speak to men in that regards. So I mean, it's kind of he's kind of in the realm of like MGTOW or whatever a little bit. Uh, Self help for men. Like there's other people that are out there kind of like that. Like there's a channel called Entrepreneurs in Cars.
Yeah,
There's one called Casual Bachelor. There's a lot of people that are they're in that sphere. A lot of men nowadays, didn't have fathers in the household, and
yeah,
so there's a lot of things that a lot of elements that um, are masculine traits or just things that men should know that they don't. Then when you get into the dating realm with how things have changed uh, technologically, just period in the world, there the pool of eligible bachelors, especially at younger ages, to female, there's a disparity because now people have things at their fingertips. The pool of available men has grown, and women are looking for men that are already established, and they
yep,
might be very young,
hmm
18, 19, 20, 21, where normally they would be with someone that is around their same age,
yeah,
geographically located nearby, and so now that puts a lot of young men out. And so now you just see a lot. I mean, you see a lot of people like out there simping. Like I remember when simp was a term that only black people used back in the '90s, and now like everybody is like using the shit. But anyway,
yeah,
Kevin Samuels, like, yeah, I think that, I mean, you know, calling reality what it is, and letting people know, letting like men know the worth they have, and actually see reality for what it is,
yep,
and that there is a sexual marketplace value, a marketplace, as to say, and you know there are certain things out there for men to look out for,
mhm,
and if if somebody doesn't like that, I think that that's disingenuous, because for women, for girls, for like youth, there's all these things where people are directed things, but not a lot is out there as for resources for men. A
yeah,
lot of people, they just say like, oh, man up, suck it up,
yep,
like you know how do you have that, how do you build that resiliency, like how do you are able to cope with certain things, you know if everything is against you. So
yep.
I think that, I mean, will I agree if everything he says? No, like, but I mean, a lot of times he has a good point, and with some of the people I've seen on on his show, and have talked to him, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
because like there's some despicable, I mean, just people in general, there's guys, there's girls, like people can be despicable, doesn't matter what gender you are. So like there's
where
despicable women that are out there.
where there's women that see men as like just something that
Yeah,
it,
resources. Yeah,
resources. There's men
yeah,
that just see women as objects. It's the same
yeah,
fucking shit.
yeah,
It's
yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah,
disgusting,
you can have, yeah,
disgusting both ways,
horrible people. Yep, yeah, Yeah.
Yep. And
Yeah.
so my thing with Kevin Samuels is right. What's the guy that says change my mind? He goes out to places.
Steven Crowder.
Steven Crowder. I
Yep.
think it. I see his disputes the same way, right?
Mhm.
Where somebody's fighting their ideology versus facts, where he brings in the facts and the person just bringing in their ideology, and
Yeah.
it's always going to be a simple fight for somebody that has the facts against somebody that has the ideology
Yeah.
of just, oh, this is what I want, where he's just telling this is unrealistic and I have facts to prove that this is
Yeah.
unrealistic, blah 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 blah. So it's not for me, it's like I look at it, I'm like, all right, it's dumb because you're not gonna pick a fight with somebody that knows how to fight. It's pretty much it. They're like they're thinking they're gonna prove something to this guy where he's just has 1,000 facts on how you're wrong, and you're just talking about your feelings really and how. Because I there was this what's the podcast that he goes on to? It's like Hot Miami or something like that,
Hmm.
where they bring females back from the club and like have them talk, and he calls in a lot and just to call them out on their bullshit. And one was just
Yeah.
saying, life, how come life isn't fair that that there isn't a guy that finds that female attractive. Then he brings up the fact like, is it fair that you could get into the club for free and a chick less attractive than you, has to pay to get in the club?
Hmm.
Oh well, why do we have to talk about that? Why does that have to be brought up? Why? Because life isn't fair. Well, why isn't it fair? Well, men don't have it fair at all. Well, I'm just talking about me and this and that, and like fights like that. It's kind of like it's just somebody's ideology that life is should be a certain way for them rather than
Yeah.
talking about
Pretty,
facts.
pretty much. Pretty much. I mean, like there's I I think that is good in a sense that uh, men should be better prepared for those kind of situations because somebody was talking to me. Actually, it was earlier last week. They were talking to me about like back in the past, like essentially how I interacted with women, and I was just like, well, I mean, there was two kind of like situated. There's women that like I wouldn't take seriously, and it was just almost like entertainment to pass the time. And then there's somebody that I would take seriously that I respected because they were respectful of themselves. They were respectful of me. They were respectful, of a situation. It was somebody that there was potential to possibly grow something with, or you know, um, entertain
Yeah,
in a sense that they were worth my time.
yeah,
That I would invest actual time and invest like energy into possibly making something work. And so like because they were just like, oh, you must have been a player. I was like, no, wasn't a player. I was always honest. I was always honest. Never like went around like messing around or nothing like that.
yeah,
But if you weren't worth my time, yeah, like I would definitely like drop a person really quick. I would,
yeah,
or you know, pretty much act like they weren't worth my time. And so
yeah,
I think that was a lot of it. And then as you get older, when you appreciate in value, being a high value man, it comes into play a lot of times that you have to protect your interests.
yep,
Anyone will want to protect their interests in the sense that women do it. Men should be able to do that too, and be able to give advice for that to happen as well, because it really sucks, for somebody to work hard and then be taken to the cleaners, not have access to their children, all kinds of pitfalls that happen,
yep,
so yeah, I mean, I think it has a place. I think my brother told me a couple of days ago that there's a TV evangelist named Creflo Dollar. He's like one of those um, prosperity preachers or whatever.
yeah.
Was like trying to go in on Kevin Samuels. I don't know how everything played out, but I guess he might be seeing Kevin Samuels shining right now, and he wants to try to go at him, for whatever reason. So it'd be really interesting to see,
What's his
you
name?
know.
Like Dr. John or something like that, right?
No, his name is Creflo Dollar.
I thought it was might be the same guy, but I'm not sure. But I know for a fact there's a couple guys coming after Kevin Samuels, and
Yeah.
his name was what was his name? What was his name? Let's see, I can find it real quick. But his his standpoint is um, Umar Johnson.
Omar Johnson. Okay.
Umar Johnson is a activist. I think they call him Doctor Umar Johnson or something like that. But his
Yeah.
thing is like, look, all you're doing is bringing down the black women. You're bringing down our black queens and this and that. Like, you shouldn't be talking bad about like our black queens and like which isn't true.
Yeah.
Kevin Samuel has
Soup.
bashed
Yeah.
Kevin Samuel bashed everybody under the sea. Black,
Yeah.
white, Latino. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. He has bashed them.
Yeah.
It's not just
Yes.
black women. So
Yeah.
you know,
That dude's just trying to, get some clout. That is
yeah,
cause oh, you our black queens, blah blah blah. Like anybody says that, and then the next thing you know, like you look what they're up to. Like, yeah, whatever, man. Like,
shady.
yeah, everybody running around sitting there talking about like, oh, black queen, da, da, da. Like, yeah, somebody to be to look out for. You can't quite trust that one.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I think no matter whatever anybody does, there's always going to be somebody that wants to like jump in the shine with them, right? So somebody wants to like
yeah.
step in there and take some shine from it. Which, hey, if it's a shouty match that you're going to go into with this dude, it's kind of like,
Yeah, like I don't like when if somebody's going to debate or have anything like if they're sitting there, you can't get a word in edgewise. It's like what's even the point or whatever. So sometimes like those debates or whatever is just like
that that's
no
why
right
that's why it cracks me up when like Kevin Samuels is debating somebody and he's like, "Ma'am, ma'am, 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 can I speak, ma'am? You spoke. Can I speak now, ma'am, ma'am?"
yeah
Like the whole time.
the whole time yeah
Uh,
yeah yeah it's funny. That stuff is funny, man. Yeah, but yeah, no, Kevin Samuels. Yeah, I've seen some things. He's entertaining.
yeah.
Like
I just see it as unfair. It's like you know you're just picking at somebody's ideology, kind of.
well, no, it's not unfair. I mean, in a sense that there's a lot of guys that don't know that there are women that are like that, and so a lot of times, like if you can expose and show, like, hey, to some people, they're like, hey, you need to watch out because look at how flawed their thought process is. This is something that you're going to have to deal with. Like,
But these are women
possibly
that
for
wouldn't be in that same tax bracket, right? Or wouldn't be in that same ballpark. Because if it's a female that's looking for dudes with money,
there's some like I remember watching there was one that was pretty wealthy. She wanted what she was wanting was unrealistic as well,
yeah,
but she was wealthy. She was a business owner, so I mean there's some people that like they think that they're successful and they think that they're better or whatever, and he you know took her down to size. Is like, hey, you're not gonna essentially, like, well, with men don't care what you do,
yeah,
or how much you make. Like, that's not something that a guy, like, women like look like, oh, what is it that you do? Like, oh, how much do you make?
yeah.
That's something that, that's important. A guy doesn't care if a chick is a barista, like, you know, because he's not interested in her for what her resources are necessarily.
uh,
Now, granted, I can't generalize everybody. There's some like dudes out there that will fucking do, I don't know, some
what,
crummy shit,
what's your
but
credit score?
yeah, yeah, what's your credit score, girl? Yeah, but no, but like usually guys, like, they don't care what you do, how educated you are, like, how successful you are. That's not what their nature, what they're looking for, and
Yeah,
a lot of times it's the opposite way. So like a lot of the women that are on there that are talking to him, there's some genuine women out there that don't care about that type of stuff, but a lot of the women that are on there that are talking to him, like, they look down on somebody that is you know, because of whatever their profession may be,
yeah.
or maybe they're not, six-figure earner or something like that. Like, and he chops them down to size. But yeah, a guy does not. Most men don't care what they do, how educated they are,
I just want
like,
to be
or
loved.
yeah.
Just
There's
hold me at
there's
night while I
other
cry.
there's other there's other attributes there's other assets that a guy is interested in, and
Assets is right.
yeah,
Assets is right.
you're not gonna, yeah. Want
I
that
think
cake.
I think as you grow older, right? That's what the saying is. Like as you grow older, you see more than just body and face, pretty smile,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then to value somebody rather than that's when you started asking, "What's your credit score like?
Yeah.
how much
Yeah.
in how much in debt are you in?"
Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah, they are like really get to know them. Yeah. But yeah, when you, and another thing is too that a lot of men don't realize is that, as they get older, like, they essentially, their sexual marketplace value goes up,
Yeah.
and most of the time for most women, like, there's a wall, and people talk about that wall, and when they hit that wall, like, it's a thing. That's a thing.
I hit my wall at 20 something.
It's like I hit my it's like I hit my wallet. Yeah.
I don't offer shit.
N- not me. I still
Not me.
get finer with time.
Yeah, yeah.
Finer
As you
with
get
time.
finer, I deplete like charcoal.
Damn. Damn.